Hello and welcome to The Big Picture. Discussions and consultations are on both within the government and in the media and its owners about the need or otherwise to increase the caps of foreign direct investment or FDI in the critical sectors of news and current affairs in print media, news broadcasting and FM channels. The present 26% cap on all these three crucial media areas is sought to be increased to 49%. Two government committees, one set up by the Information and Broadcasting Ministry and the other by the Finance Ministry, have both suggested increasing the cap to 49%. However, the media itself seems to be divided, or at least there is no consensus so far on the issue. There are several arguments both in favor and against the raising of the cap. Today we will discuss all this while asking the question, how necessary is it to increase the cap on FDI in media? To discuss this, I have with me Dr. N. Bhaskar Rao, Chairman, Center for Media Studies, Sunil Kumar, President of Exchange for Media Group, and Bharat Bhushan, veteran journalist and former editor of newspapers like Mail Today, The Telegraph, among others. Welcome to all of you. First, let me go to Mr. Bhaskar Rao. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, this proposal to increase the cap on FDI from 26 to 49%. Do you think the time has come for an increase in the cap?
Well, I think, Girish, at the outset, I must compliment the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting for the first time to have the stakeholders meeting and also consult various agencies about the FDI.
Right.
Why I am saying this is, there is a special reason we must, the viewers should know about it. When the critical decisions on FDI were taken more than a decade ago, which really has changed the face of this country's media, then never the government consulted anybody, including the parliament members or parliamentary committee.
Right.
And that being the background, we must compliment the minister particularly for his courage, because why I say courage is, the Finance Ministry Committee has gone all hog that they need to increase. It has nothing to do with the media in terms of their growth, in terms of their prospects, as they stand today. And yet, this is nothing to do with the media, it is to do more with the economy and the kind of problems that the government is facing with the economy. They want to give a push-up to the economy. It is a measure in that direction. They have taken up 20 such FDI proposals. This is one of them. All of them, they are looking at it more to give a boost to the economy. Nothing to do with what is happening or what is going to happen or what should be happening in the media. So that's why the consultation that the ministry took yesterday could not come up with any decision. Neither of the agencies that they have consulted could really give any clear-cut idea, because this is they were not really expecting it. Although there was there is also need for your viewers to know. To start with, it was 20%.
Yes.
We have increased to 26%. And in the case of the news media, I am talking about it.
Yes, we will confine ourselves to news media.
We have not yet fully exploited. We have not fully explored or exploited the 26% as yet.
Okay.
So if they want to really attract FDI into the news media, there is already a scope. There is no need to increase it.
Okay.
Now, why I am saying this is, this is, I want to give another background, another bit of very important information in this regard. That is, why I say this is irrelevant, whether they increase it to 26 to 49 or 51 or 74 or 75, because the critical inputs that go into the news media have been made into 100% FDI more than a decade ago.
Okay, that's interesting. What do you mean critical? What do you mean critical inputs?
Yes, that's what I call the new gatekeepers of news media today in the country are the advertising, the market research, the public relations, and the buyers of the space, news space buyers.
Right.
In these, more than 12 years ago, the government, without consulting anybody, without taking anybody into confidence, they've increased it to 100%.
Right. Okay.
As a result of that,
Yeah.
today what is happening in the media, in the news media, is all because of that.
I think you
It
have
is
made.
less to do with whether it is 20%,
Okay. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, I think you have made some.
whether it is 20% into news media or 26%, or they need to increase it to 49 or 45 or 50 or more.
Okay, Mr. Bhaskar Rao. I
I
think
think
you have
the
made.
discussion should be based on that.
I think you have made some very important points. Please stay on. I'll come back to you. Sunil Kumar, this is a very important point. One, he says that even the 26% itself has not been exploited fully. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, some people haven't, because, you know, when you never allowed,
What kind of, it's been 10 years now since this 26%, 2002, the NDA government had introduced this. In this last 10, 11 years that we have seen this, how much of it has been exploited according to you?
there are no figures available with me as of now or at this stage. But there are several newspapers who haven't taken 26%, but they've taken a certain percentage, and they're happy with the money that they needed. See, it's not like, you know, there are people out there who are trying to get into the country and run
There is no
the
pressure. Are you trying to say that there is no real pressure to increase the stakes? Because the broadcasting sector seems to want this increase in the
But we have
cap.
seen in recent instances where there was plenty of money available in the country itself for people to invest.
Right.
So people also weigh their options, which money is going to get cheaper, which money will allow them the freedom to run their channels the way they want to run. So there is, by allowing it, if you're saying that everyone is going to jump into
Pounce
it,
and then-
absolutely. Or there are people waiting in other countries saying when they open and the next day, here's our application for wanting to invest in that. That's not the case.
That scene is not prevalent at this
Absolutely,
point
because
of time.
Indian publishers and broadcasters are very mature business people. Several of them are very mature journalists, very mature editors. They know how to run their businesses. So they are happy to have this facility to be able to get some money when they need it, right? But more than that, I think what comes with that is the technology. What comes with that is the know-how. What comes with that is we becoming part of international networks, and we are able to export our, if you can call them, news products to other countries. Because once you're part of a large network, so it's a two-way relationship. It's not like, you know, they come and
That
invest.
is what it's expected to be. Bharat,
Yes.
you know, you think that in these last 10 years, one, as what Mr. Bhaskar Rao was pointing out, that it has not been fully exploited, and whatever exploitation has taken place, as Sunil was now pointing out about the technology and all these things, you think that that has been fully exploited?
Well, let me first of all say that I support
You
FDI.
support
I support increase in FDI
Okay.
Through the direct route. Why only 49%? You should go.
There is also a talk of automatic route.
No, automatic route is the direct route.
Yes.
Okay. But indirect route, you can already, through a fully owned subsidiary, a foreign media venture can take its stake to 49%. Now the thing is that it's not as if foreigners are waiting to
invest
you
here.
know. So, but that road should be clear for them.
We have seen
should
in
they want to come.
multi-brand retail, we have seen what happened in the
But
last.
I'm saying they will come. They will come. Multi-brand retail is also a good thing in my view. But to say that nobody's expert is incorrect. Those who opposed even 26%,
Yes.
they were the first ones to go for 26%. I don't want to name the
No,
two
we
big,
will
business houses.
we will briefly go back to those 10 years back, what kind of issues were
also-
raised.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it is wrong to say that at that time nobody was consulted. I know for a fact that at that time I remember Sushma Swaraj was the
INB
INB
minister.
minister, and a representation went from two big media houses.
The Times of India and
No, Anand Bazar Patrika and Avik Sarkar from there, and T.N. Nenan from Business Standard,
Standard.
who said that please,
We want it.
we want it. There were those who were opposing it were in fact the first ones to take advantage of it. The newspaper I helped start for India Today Group, Mail Today, was the beneficiary of this. If Daily Mail had not put in 26%, you would not have seen competition in this market. So this investment is necessary to give competition to the existing and well-entrenched newspaper interests in this country. The entry barriers in the media business are very, very high just now. If a newspaper that the cost of production is about 35 or 40 rupees is sold for 1 rupee 50 paisa, which means only those with deep pockets.
Not anymore, Bharat.
250 or 3, whatever.
Yeah.
If it is not 1/20th the cost, it's 1/10th the cost.
Okay.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, those kind of deep pockets are not available with Indian businessmen. I think let foreign investment come. It will come when it sees the opportunity. And let there be competition. There is complete lack of competition today.
That's
People
okay.
have no idea how difficult it is to run a newspaper or a TV channel. Therefore, let this investment come. If it comes right away, very good. If it doesn't
But
come,
you know,
at least keep the doors open.
since you have been part of that experience, as you yourself pointed out about the Mail Today thing, I want to know what kind of experience other newspapers have. Mail Today is one of the this thing. You think that this 26% has helped which medium? Has it helped the vernacular medium, the regional language newspapers, and but there are also concerns about what will happen if you increase the cap. We'll come to the concerns later, but I want you to answer me. What has been the experience?
The experience has been very good. When this investment comes, unless it is by a financial institution, which was the case in one or two places, along with it, it brings soft technologies. Newspaper design changes, your approach to news changes, your approach to headlines changes, your production quality goes up. All these are things which people learn through this kind of transfer of soft skills.
Okay.
And people have made use of it in vernacular. After all, did they not come in Hindi? Independent people came into Hindi. They pulled out later. That's a different business. But I'm saying that, the question should be, are foreigners willing to invest? You allow capital flows.
Right.
Don't worry about the media. The media will take care of itself. Media doesn't want it. Media doesn't want it because there are entrenched interests here, and those are very powerful interests. They may not want it. I would say go for 100%. It will only increase competition. It will increase choice.
Let me get Mr. Bhaskar. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, you think that what Bharat is saying?
Girish,
Yes.
Girish, I must compliment you for raising pertinent issues, but at the same time, I must be very frank.
Please
It
be.
is the most ill-informed debate. Most ill-informed debate. I must regret this saying this. It is not question of whether we are for or against FDI. That is not the issue here.
Yes.
That is a dogmatic view. If one gets into, you will never get out of it. That's such kind of discussion.
What is the
discussion today should be, should be based on facts.
Yeah, what
should
are
be
the
based
facts?
on facts.
What are the facts,
Firstly,
Mr. Rao?
it was case-by-case approach that we had when, when Mr. Jaitley was the minister,
Right.
when I brought to his notice about this 100% increase in this, he said he was not aware of it. It was a case-by-case approach that we had at that time.
Okay.
Now, that apart, forget about that part. Now come back to the today. Now, our people are saying that we are going to get the technology, that we need to have competition. What is that they're really talking about it? And somebody has said rightly that we have best of competence in this country. The journalists, we have the best of journalists in this country. Our newspapers are as good as anybody else anywhere else in the world today. Some of our TV people are as good as anybody else in the world today. And they have done a fantastic job in some of the issues and exposing some of the scams.
We are not.
In USA they could not do.
We are not talking. We are
the
not talking about the
technology,
editorial.
This is what they talked 15 years ago. What is that they have done? Some
Mr.
friend is
Rao,
talking about the beautiful print,
Mr. Rao.
printing and layout and all that.
Yes.
What difference they made? Tell me what difference they made in the last 10 years. The news media, have they increased the voter turnout? Have they increased the basic issues of this country?
No, Mr.
No,
Rao.
you have to talk the
Mr.
FDI
Rao,
in terms
Mr.
of
Rao.
what priorities the media has.
Mr. Rao, my question, Bharat wants to respond to you, but before that I want you to answer, what, according to your own studies, and you are one of the persons who keeps a close watch on the media, you think that this 26% which was made available in these last 10 years has not made any difference to the media, whether it's print or broadcast or FM or whatever?
Well, one can't, one can't say they have not made any, they made a difference, certainly. They have made some good good impact they have made, but you have to see overall in terms of the, who is benefiting from it, is the first question that one need to ask.
What is your
in
answer
terms
to
of the
that?
people and the basic issue, what priorities the media has.
What is your
No,
answer?
in that respect, they have not made any difference.
Okay.
But
Bharat.
in terms of the salaries, in terms of the competition has been increased, but it's more of the same.
Okay, more of the
So,
same.
But that is not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
issue here. Today, in terms of the Prime Minister's meeting that he is addressing right now at this point of time, today,
right.
we need to discuss altogether a different issue.
No, we will
That is,
the
whether when you say,
we will confine ourselves to the media issue, Mr. Bhaskar Rao. Today, one second, Bharat wants to respond to you. Bharat.
I'm glad that you've taken over the anchorship of this program again, because for a while I thought Mr. Bhaskar Rao was setting the terms of the debate. If my view is dogmatic, his view is equally dogmatic. Let there be consultations till the cows come home. But all I'm saying is, as a reader, what do you want? You want competition, you want choice. That will not come if the market is restricted, either by entry barriers or by lack of investment.
Bharat, my question is, in these 10 years, you think the competition has increased? Has it increased
Competition
significantly?
Competition has increased. I gave you the example.
There's only one new newspaper, if you,
But look at
in English, if I talk about, in Hindi, lesser than that.
But Hindi
I don't remember.
Investment has not come in a big way.
Exactly.
Look at the quality of newspapers 10 years ago. Look at them today.
Do you attribute that to the FDI, 26%
I
FDI?
attribute it to competition. I attribute it to competition, and that competition partly came because of investment from abroad, and they saw new products coming in. So partly because of that, not entirely because of that. But you've gotten, he's saying, what are the advantages? The advantage is that you've got a whole new generation of youngsters reading newspapers. Newspapers had become so boring that,
and again, you're attributing it to the FDI.
No, I'm attributing it to better design.
Okay.
But I'm saying, for example, if you take Mail Today itself, and I don't want to talk too much about Mail Today since, I was the editor at its launch. But the fact is, newspapers in Delhi changed their design after Mail Today. They changed the packaging of
But
stories.
Bharat, one thing. Periodically in this country, what we have witnessed I can talk about 35 years since 35, 40 years since I have been a newspaper reader. Periodically, there's always been, design changes and improvements, which is happening even when there was no FDI or anything.
That will happen. Naturally, that will happen. Okay?
Yes.
As things become old-fashioned, new fashion comes in.
Absolutely.
But I'm merely saying that whatever has happened is not enough. It's not been effective because it wasn't enough. You allow foreign investment to come in. In any case, if you want to read a newspaper today, can you prevent foreign capital from starting an internet newspaper based in New York like Huffington Post targeting India?
That is a relevant point which you are making. Sunil, I want you to come in here. You said that there is no lack of capital in this country.
Oh, absolutely.
There is no lack of capital.
Yeah.
You don't have to look for foreign investments, foreign direct investments, or whatever it is, to help the media to grow in this country.
We should be free to be able to get it when we need it. Yeah, that's it. There's no desperate need on the part of media houses to get that money. People have done very well without it. People will do better if it's available to some people. Maybe some small people would be able to raise money more easily if it was there. But other than that, there is no...
there is no dire need, you think, at this point of time?
I think what Mr. Bhaskar Rao said, government needs
government needs to create an atmosphere for FDI.
Foreign capital to inflow. So it's a great opportunity for government to get a few dollars in. Other than that, to think that it's going to change the face of the media, no.
No. Okay, on that note, I think we need to go into a very short break now. We'll come back and continue this discussion. There are other issues, very critical issues, which we need to discuss. We'll discuss. Please keep watching and come back very soon. Welcome back. We are discussing the FDI in media, the proposal to increase the cap on FDI in media and asking the question whether it is necessary. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, coming back to you, there are three critical issues when we discuss whether the cap should be increased or not. These keeps coming up in the debates and discussions constantly. One is about the freedom of the press or compromising the freedom of the press. If there is, this will increase the foreign holding, the foreign, they will try to control the media. You think that is a relevant concern? And second thing is about whether there is okay. You answer me this first, and I'll come to the other one later.
Well, Girish, I look at these are all old concepts. We need to look at what kind of priorities the news media is operating, to whom they are helping, to whose interest they are catering to, is what I look at it.
Yes.
The freedom by itself has no meaning unless you look at from this point of view.
Yes.
That is, whether they are catering to the basic issues of this country, whether they are facilitating the deepening the democratic process in this country, whether they are level playing that is being talked about, to what extent they are really helping the people of the country, not the investors, not the level playing of the investors, but the people of the country.
Right.
I look at the freedom of the press, that's why I started, Girish, my first point that I made, the reason why I made was because of these two issues
Right.
that you rightly raised now. That is, if the advertising industry and the market research and the public relations industry service and the space buying is in the 100% FDI and foreign owned, what else do we expect?
What? Okay.
And the kind of discussion that we are seeing now is the best example of that, symbolizing
Okay,
the effect
Mr.
of that
I
that
think-
has taken place more than a decade ago.
Okay, Mr. Rao, I think you made an interesting point. There another Sunil, this another concern is that there will be more and more mergers and acquisitions. And this will lead to. I would like Bharat also to respond to this after you. That this will lead to shrinking of the space, and the diversity, the issue of diversity and plurality in the media will get curtailed, and as more and more mergers and acquisitions take place.
No.
Is that a valid concern?
Quite the opposite. In fact, easy availability of capital will have some newspapers come up, new channels come up, new media platforms come up, which is already happening. We have seen that on the internet. Huffington Post didn't happen because it was started by a large newspaper, there was money available. It was started by a journalist. And now today is a big thing, and established newspapers are trying to acquire that. AOL, we know, is a famous example. It was acquired.
No, we are talking of a different space altogether when it comes
It's the
to the
same
media,
thing. It's
when
the
it
same
comes to
thing.
the print
No, so
media,
I'm
and also
I'm
the
talking about entire internet space, the channels that have emerged, be they news, views, anything, they happened because starting up a business became easy. There was money available, and there were no restrictions on,
we have not seen that happening in the print medium. The internet space is a completely different ball game from
No, but
Bharat.
internet now. I would go to. I would say for India, mobile is the internet.
No, that is they're already 74% has been allowed in the
this is what
in
I
the
said,
mobile.
that if there is money available for a young person who has ideas, a young experienced journalist who wants to start a newspaper.
Yeah, that newspaper. That's what
Yeah,
newspaper or
newspaper,
television
anything.
channel.
So he
whether- the issue now is whether we should allow more caps, more FDI into print media, news and current affairs, and in television. Bharat.
I don't understand this concern about mergers and acquisitions. If we are living within capitalism, within a particular kind of a market economy, mergers and acquisitions will happen.
But
So we
will
should
it not lead to, will it
hold on.
not shrink the plurality and the
that's
diversity
not the
issue?
only thing that will happen. What happens with competition is also segmentation of the market.
Yes.
If there are people who want to read a stodgy paper, there will be a stodgy paper for them. If there are youngsters who want to read a young paper, there should be a paper for them. If there are farmers who want to read about weather and agriculture, there should be a newspaper for them. You will not have these huge mammoth newspapers, or you'll have them along with other products coming up. That's what I mean by saying that when you allow this kind of freedom, investment comes in, segmentation of the market takes place, people have greater choice. Don't overload existing newspapers or newspapers as you know them by, you're front loading them with certain things, saying that they must deepen democracy. They must, the kind of thing that
So you think that more and more money coming in, more media space will be made available.
Absolutely, it'll expand.
and it will lead to more plurality and diversity.
Absolutely.
Mr. Bhaskar Rao, do you agree with that theory? And also, very quickly, we are completely running out of time. This is about the there is a bigger debate happening in this country about the corporate ownership of the media. And, when we talk of corporate ownership, we are talking of the Indian corporate ownership and the concerns expressed because of what has happened because of that.
The face of it is one, and the real management is different, but the concern is more important.
Exactly.
With what kind of concerns the media operates is far more significant. That's what we need to look at it. The criteria has to be that. That apart, I agree with Bhushan that plurality, level playing, and segmentation, these are all good things that any time that one would like to see in a country of this magnitude and plurality and differences in the
You think it will happen?
The question here is,
no, Mr. Rao, you agree that it will happen?
well, in the last 10 years, what happened?
That is
We
exactly
have
the
so
point.
many studies that are there.
Yes.
What has been the impact of the FDI in the Indian media in the last 10 years? In the news media, I am talking more specifically.
What
It's
is
more
the-
of the same.
what is the impact?
What we see is more of the same.
More of the same. Bharat, more
That's
of the
what I'm
same.
saying.
You don't,
It's more of the
if
same.
if you open the door only, sort of
Despite-
a quarter of the way and expect a full-grown man to go through, of course he won't be able to go through. So you don't open the market and then say, look, we opened it a little bit and nothing happened.
26% doesn't really excite investors.
It
Is that
doesn't
what you're
excite-
trying to say?
Absolutely. Just as in retail, it didn't excite investors unless you went to 51. They need a real stake in this economy. When they come here, they will employ Indian journalists. Their concerns will be Indian concerns. They'll be competing for Indian readership.
I think-
I think all these fears about
Anyway.
foreigners coming in is just beyond me.
Okay, anyway, I think we're completely run out of time. The nature of debate here today also represents the nature of debate outside. There are still concerns, there are still differences. So it's good that the Information and Broadcasting Ministry has decided to keep this discussion going on, and have not taken a decision so far. So I hope there will be more debates, and whether the need for increasing the cap, there will be a proper consensus on this. Thanks to all my guests, Mr. Bhaskar Rao, Mr. Sunil Kumar, Bharat Bhushan. Please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue in the big picture, same time tomorrow.